watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. I'm David Preston on this Friday, May 24th. A man in Las Vegas is arrested in connection to a shooting that kills one and leaves two others injured.
On May 23rd, officers in Las Vegas responded to reports of a shooting at approximately 6:30 p.m. at the 7300 block of Nautical Stone Court near Durango Drive and Elkhart Road. Upon arrival, officers found two victims on the street who were suffering from gunshot wounds. The victims were taken to a safe area in order to be transported to UMC for their injuries. Another victim, who was a woman stated to be in her 30s, approached police from the other side of the road as well after suffering a gunshot wound. One of the victims, identified as Carl Chester Jr., was pronounced dead at UMC. The woman and another male who was in his 40s suffered non-life-threatening injuries. According to investigators, they believe that a fight had occurred between the victims, leading to shots being fired. According to police, the shooter had fled the scene before officers had arrived. On May 24th, Las Vegas Metro Police arrested 29-year-old Kevayon Glenn in connection to the shooting. However, the details on how Glenn was identified as a suspect has not been disclosed by the LVMPD. Kevayon Glenn has been arrested and booked into the Clark County Detention Center under the charges of open murder, attempted murder, and conspiracy to commit murder.
As the homelessness crisis soars across southern Nevada and the nation, News 25 Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers now joins us with President Trump's take on how veterans are currently being treated.
As of January this year, over 400,000 U.S. veteran benefit claims still remain unprocessed as the current U.S. presidential administration continues to prioritize illegal aliens over service members. U.S. President Donald Trump has pledged to eradicate homelessness across America if and when elected.
In many states, we're running out of hotel space because the rooms are all booked up with illegal aliens living in a very large way on the American taxpayers' dime. Meanwhile, we have 33,000 veterans in this country who are homeless and living very poorly, I might add, and it's a shame. They're living in filth and squalor on our streets. Nobody is doing a thing for them.
Nevada's veteran population stands at 202,503 residents, with an estimated 752 that are currently experiencing homelessness, according to Veterans Data Central.
The American veteran is one of our greats. These are great, great people. We have to take care of them. When I am reelected, this national scandal will end. On day one, I will sign an executive order to cut off Joe Biden's massive spigot of funding for shelter and transport of illegal aliens and redirect a portion of those savings, a very large portion, I might add, to provide shelter and treatment for homeless American veterans. I will make it a personal mission to totally eradicate veterans' homelessness in America by the end of next term.
71,244 Vietnam-era veterans reside in the Silver State, while 42,153 veteran-occupied homes have been reported as inadequate.
We're going to take care of our veterans. If you have served this nation in uniform, the Trump administration will never betray you as Joe Biden and the radical left Democrats have done. They have truly betrayed you.
The Biden administration has drained nearly $1 billion to house illegal aliens and foreign migrants.
We certainly will not be putting illegal alien lawbreakers up in ultimate luxury while American veterans lay shivering on the sidewalks below. Unlike Biden, our loyalty will not be to illegal aliens who have violated our borders and come into our country illegally. They've trampled our sovereignty. It will be to the brave men and women who enlisted their lives to defend our borders and to protect our sovereignty.
Reporting from Las Vegas, I'm Maria Centers with News 25 Las Vegas.
To learn how to help out veterans after defending our nation, check out usvets.org. The annual Nye County Social Services Fair is on June 7th at the Nye Communities Coalition. News 25 speaks with the Director of Human Services, Corinne Smith, to give us the details.
I'm Corinne Smith, and we will be conducting our annual Social Service Fair in Pahrump on June 7th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. over at the Nye Communities Coalition. That's at 1020 East Wilson behind Walmart. Currently, we have approximately 50 vendors ranging from Social Security to Nevada State Welfare, foster agencies, medical agencies, and of course all of our offices here at Health and Human Services, which will be WIC, Ryan White, the health nurse, VA services, and we will also be holding a raffle. So at the end of the event, we will raffle off different gift baskets along with gift cards and contact the winners within the next few days after. If you have any questions, please feel free to call our office at 775-751-7095, or you can also come down to our office, which actually we are moving this week to our new office down at 250 North Highway 160.
Tonopah will be holding their Social Services Fair on Tuesday, July 16th, starting at 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Tonopah Convention Center. With the restoration of Salt Creek's boardwalk in Death Valley, the National Park Service is seeking public comment.
The National Park Service and Federal Highway Administration are getting closer to replacing the Salt Creek Boardwalk in Death Valley National Park. Salt Creek is the sole habitat of the Salt Creek pupfish, and for decades the boardwalk has kept people from trampling the pupfish's spawning ground. However, after a flash flood that occurred in August of 2022, the boardwalk was destroyed. The parking lot and road were further damaged due to Hurricane Hillary last year. Both the MPS and FHWA have proposed to reconstruct the unpaved road back to its pre-flood condition, restoring vehicle access to the site. According to the press release, the material will be buried in order to protect portions of the road from any future floods that may occur. The location of the parking lot will also be shifted slightly eastward and be given an improved layout. In addition to this, both agencies will also plan to rebuild the boardwalk back to its original length. However, the rebuilt boardwalk will have a slightly different route in addition to using helical piles in order to anchor it. All public access sites will be closed during construction and damaged infrastructure will be removed. This construction is planned to begin during fall this year until the spring of 2025. The public is invited to comment on the Salt Creek Boardwalk Replacement Project Environmental Assessment on June 23rd later this year. In addition to this, you can submit written comments on the environmental assessment online at parkplanning.mps.gov/altcreekea. You can send your comments in the mail as well to Death Valley National Park to the attention of Salt Creek Boardwalk Replacement, P.O. Box 579, located at Death Valley, California 92328.
We have your primary election news after the break. You're watching Southern Nevada News Network.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by Tower Pizza, voted best pizza in Pahrump 2023. Give them a call at 775-537-2211, 775-537-2211, or visit the website www.towerpizzanv.com.
Welcome back to News 25. The 2024 primary election town hall took place last week on May 17th at the Bob Roode Community Center. This event is organized by Grassroots Conservatives, also known as GCON. News 25 was there and spoke with Gerald Schulte after the event, who was running for Nye County Commissioner, District 3.
Hello, Pahrump. We just had another successful debate here at the Bob Root Center, and I'm sure a lot of you that wanted to be here couldn't make it, but we did have a good showing tonight. Everybody, I think, did a great job with just about every aspect that they were asked about, but they did miss a lot of key points that I represent, and I represent water, I represent low income, I represent anybody that's in a manufactured home in this town. I'm deadly against high density housing. That's never going to change because the unfairness that is given to high density housing. To give you an idea, we have to surrender 2 acre feet per lot for us to do a well. When they build a subdivision, all they have to allocate is less than 1/2 an acre per house there. Where's the equality? There really isn't, because that stick built in a residential area uses just as much water as I do on 1.25 acres. So a poor equality there that I need to work with our water board to bring that out and work on other water issues too, and hopefully get our domestic well rights back someday. We're starting to get a lot of money in the water board to go after the state. We've got a different state engineer with the water authority, so we're going to get some things changed pretty soon on that. But for the most part, I did canvass a couple of streets, talk to people, and most of them said they don't care about who the county commissioner is. But I think it's real important that you folks do get out on the primary and vote. Vote for a county commissioner. Look into what they represent, because quite honestly, this town is changing. If you want to keep it rural, you need to vote for me, because that's all I'm about. I've been here 30 years. I run a successful business for the last 20 years, and I'm the type of person that's needed on there to ask the tough questions instead of asking the leading questions like a couple of our county commissioners do at this time. Again, thank you, and I'll have a good night.
Now here's Mikey with your look at sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports, and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Las Vegas Aviators split a doubleheader against the Tacoma Rainiers last night. Game 1 they lost 16-6, then they won Game 2 9-4. Rematch going on right now. Three-time Pro Bowler Max Crosby will be getting a pay bump under a newly restructured contract, according to ESPN. The standout defensive end agreed to a deal with the Las Vegas Raiders that will give him a $6 million raise for the upcoming season. Toronto has been awarded the WNBA's first franchise out of the United States, with the expansion team set to begin play in 2026. Toronto will be the WNBA's 14th franchise. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Nature Health Farms is turning the farm into a therapy ranch this weekend, including an appearance by Jeremy Jackson from Baywatch. News 25 speaks with the owners of the ranch to tell us all about it.
Hey Pahrump, you've been asking for something cool? How about getting centered with Baywatch's Jeremy Jackson? Meet us this Saturday, May 25th, for a soul-nurturing all-day event co-hosted by Chris Angel's own Tatiana Malyarov and produced by Alex DeJean of Vegas Guy VIP and Jeremy Jackson. Join us for a golden key conversation with Jeremy, yoga, breathwork, a sound vortex, and more. Coffee and catering by Pahrump's favorite drive-thru coffee spot, Java Junkies and Java Mom's Thai Kitchen, is included with the purchase of a ticket. Nature Health Farms is also going to be expanding its petting zoo hours to 11 a.m. through 5 p.m. Friday, May 24th through Monday, May 27th in honor of Memorial Day. Bring the family to the farm and meet Jeremy, Tatiana, and all our furry friends here at Nature Health Farms. For more information or to buy tickets, visit us at naturehealthfarms.com, follow us on Facebook or Instagram at Nature Health Farms, or call 775-764-9880.
Now here's Mikey to tell us what's cooking on Classic Country Breakfast this Sunday morning on Ace Country Radio and Channel 25.8.
Howdy. On the menu this Sunday morning on Classic Country Breakfast, born on May 23rd, Shelley West. Born on May 25th, Tom T. Hall will pay tribute to him. Also born on May 25th, Randall Hank Williams, better known as Hank Williams Jr. We'll celebrate him. In the Not an Oldie But a Goodie segment, Tyler Ketchum from Tyler and the Train Robbers calls the show to talk about life on the road, songwriting, and how the band got their name.
Supposedly, I'm related to Blackjack Ketchum. He's a train robber from the 1800s. My dad used to tell me that when I was a kid, and I ran with that, man. I was trying to come up with a band name one night, and we threw it up on the marquee for a local show we had probably about 10 years ago, and it kind of just stuck.
Classic Country Breakfast this Sunday morning at 8 on Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV, Channel 25.8.
We have more news after the break. You're watching Southern Nevada News Network.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. In today's business brief, Maria Centers talks with the founder and chief executive of Gold Standard X in Dallas, Texas, in our Segment 5 report.
With your expertise, do you advocate for possessing precious metals physically as opposed to entrusting them to storage facilities?
To safeguard your collection, we recommend that you have a safe, and that would be a highly rated safe. And not only would we keep your precious metals in that safe, but we would also recommend you being discreet with the location of that safe. You know, somewhere like a closet or somewhere that's hidden within the house. You know, we had a client that had a safe. As soon as you walked in the front door, you could see his safe. Even though it was a very nice safe, that garnered a lot of attention, which is what you certainly don't want if you have precious metals at your place.
Christian, now what are the potential threats associated with storing precious metals at home, and how can one safeguard their own collections?
To minimize risk of theft, we highly recommend you keep a detailed list of the items that you have, whether that's coins or precious metals. Maybe keep a hard copy of that list and then also maybe save it onto a computer. That way, if there's ever any discrepancy, you know what you're supposed to have. But again, we highly recommend discretion on all of these items. Do not go to your friends and talk about your precious metals collection in your basement. Don't have the wife talk about it. Keep it very, very close to your vest. Again, we do not at all, publish who we deal with. With our packaging, we are extremely discreet. We don't want anyone knowing what's going out, and we highly recommend that collectors do the exact same thing.
Could you please outline the best practices for ensuring the security of one's precious metal holdings and minimizing the risk of theft?
There are two main reasons why we recommend diversifying the denominations and the size of the items that you have in your collection. For the first reason is that there are certain items that tend to be popular from time to time. Maybe there's a 100-year anniversary of a coin, and so that coin might be extremely popular that year, but if you focus solely on collecting that coin, if it's an off year, the 107th anniversary, the coin might not be as popular. So you certainly want to diversify in that regard. You also will want to have different denominations. That way, if you need to trade or barter later on, depending on how the economy goes, you will have small pieces of gold and silver to get small necessary items, and you'll have the larger pieces for those bigger purchases. So you can reach Gold Standard X via email 24/7. You can reach out to us at info@biggoldstandard.com. You can also reach out via our phone lines. They're available Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. We also have direct Slack messages, or you can send a number of messages on the different platforms we are on, and we will absolutely get back to you within a few hours. Gold Standard X is open 7 days a week. We hold auctions through the weekend. We have advisors available Monday through Friday to take any questions or see if there's an avenue that works best for you, whether you're buying or selling. We're happy to work with evaluating collections and also seeing what we can do for you.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Taking a look outside through our Lerner and Rowe weather cam, it's looking mostly sunny and windy. Rory Russell tells us what's in store for the week coming up next.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Pahrump's Bill Hochstedler, Republican candidate for State Senate District 19, endorsed by the Nye County GOP.
Good evening, Nevada. I'm Rory Rosell here from the Channel 25 Weather Studios and streaming everywhere at KPVM.TV and now Roku. Taking a look at Nevada right now, up in northern Nevada, Fernley and Fallon are both at 75 degrees. Carson City at 71, Tonopah at 70 degrees, Goldfield at 72, Beatty at 82, Amargosa at 89, and for once, Las Vegas is higher than Amargosa at 92 degrees, and Death Valley is at 101 degrees. Here in the Paradise of Pahrump, it is currently 85 degrees. The high today just a little while ago was 86 degrees. It was partly cloudy today, wind blowing south-southwest at 18 miles per hour. Humidity 14% today, and the sun rose this morning at 5:30 and is going to set at 7:50 p.m. tonight. The humidity does raise up to 31%, and the wind continues to blow southeast at 18 miles per hour. The low tonight is going to be 57 degrees with clear skies. Let's take a look at the rest of the week. It looks like we're going to be having sunny skies throughout this week and next week. We're going to be staying in the mid-90s, except for Saturday when we're going to be at 85 degrees. Enjoy the nice weather, everyone. Back to the desk. Here's David.
Thank you, Rory. If you are not aware, early voting starts tomorrow, Saturday, May 25th through June 7th at the Bob Roode Community Center in Pahrump. Also at the Nye County Clerk's Office in Tonopah and Duckwater Gym in Duckwater, Nevada. June 11th is the official primary election day. On Monday, we will be observing Memorial Day. Therefore, News 25 will have Monday off, and we will be back on Tuesday. I'm David Preston. Have a great Memorial Day weekend.